Still on justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad. Well, as you know, this platform is dedicated to bringing to you the latest on justice for Mohbad. We have promised that we will not leave any stone unturned on justice for Mohbad. Everything will be pricked. Everything will be open. Everything will be broken into pieces so that we can get to the root of it. And if you look at it, you don't have to think too deep about this justice for Mohbad. I mean, the mystery surrounding it, apart from the norm, the way of life, and I'm sure I must have explained what that way of life is. I mean, we have two groups of people, the elite. These are the people that get justice when issues come up. Their loved ones or those that are around them. When they want justice, the police swing into action. And within the space of 48 hours, everything has been concluded. In fact, those that are not part of whatever it is that happened, they will be dealt with. Injustice, they will do that. But when it comes to the inconsequentials, they don't care. They don't want to use state resources or use anything. No manpower, no willpower, nothing. They will make sure that that justice is not gotten. They will not work. And even if they are to work, they will do it as if they are being forced to do it. And of course, most of the times when you do these things, they are waiting for who? Particularly the police, who will give them bribe to cover up dirt. It's not as if they don't know what to do. Obviously, they know what to do. But immediately they bring out or dig deep. Once they find out anything, what they do next is to contact that money bag. Look, we have this information about you that we found out, and based on your status in our society, we think that it will not be right for your image. You've done a lot of excellent things in the past, and this little thing that has happened should not be put out in public. So what are you going to do for us? This is how they roll, to make sure. And at times, those that are involved, we quickly contact them like, hey, don't allow this mess to be put out publicly. And all of a sudden, the police will begin their rigmarole. They will begin to twist and talk without sense. We've asked, why is this happening this way? Then we look deeper, we realize that Wunmi is nothing. I mean, who is she? Who are the parents of Wunmi? She's not from any rich or elite family. So why is this happening? Why? What you're about to hear will blow your mind. I mean, this is new. This is deep and unbelievable. Like, seriously? How can this be happening? How can this be so? What is really going on here? These are the questions that we've asked. But now, we have gotten to that point. Yes, justice for Mohbad. There is no way out of it. This is the moment of reckoning. Let us get right into it. But before we proceed, like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell.
Eba mi bi Wunmi, apokojaye, olobo peli, oloshi. Wọ́n ti fún gbogbo ọyàn ẹ̀gbẹ́. Ọyàn ò lè pass pencil test. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ mọ ọyàn tó pass pencil test. Ẹni kóbìnrin gbé ọyàn sókè kó fi pencil sábẹ́. Ọyàn yẹn máa di pencil yẹn mú ni. Ọyàn yẹn máa di pencil yẹn mú ni. Ọyàn Wunmi ò lè pass pencil test. Wọ́n ti tẹ́. Wọ́n ti tẹ́ rọ̀. Wọ́n ti tẹ́. Mohbad gbogbo Mohbad tí ó bá ṣe pé yóò lè boko ọ̀run ni. Màá ti kabo ẹ lójú Mohbad. Ó disappoint àwọn ará Èkìtì gan ni. Èkìtì ó ń jẹjẹkújẹ. Èkìtì ó ń jàjẹkù. Kí ni nǹkan tó mú ẹ lára Wunmi yẹn látòkèdè lẹ́nu? Ó tún wá ṣe tán, ó lọ lé fó àgbà. Ó lọ pàtẹ sórí dating site lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́ ti ń date. Ṣé lórí burúkú lẹ́ni tó pè mí yẹn ni? Àbí fẹ́ kí n fún yín lépè ni? Ṣáyé yín fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni? Wá máa decline wọn wá tún máa pè é. Ẹni tó bá pè mí máa gbé ṣépè ni. Àbí kan tí mo sọ yé yín. Ẹjọ́ yìí tẹ́ ń wò wá sẹ́. ṣé ó kéré jù fún wa, ṣé ó pọ̀ jù láti béèrè pé because bí akani Mohbad live a secret life, I know ke secret life ni. Mohbad is a celebrity. Tí celebrity bá dé kú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ̀tọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìlú ni kó béèrè pé kí ló pa Mohbad. Àbí kan tí mo sọ yẹn Polo failed promoter, Ìyábọ̀ failed actress, failure wa ń bá failure nù ilé wọn. Failed àti failed wá papọ̀, ó wá di failed raised to power 200. Ẹjọ́, ṣó pọ̀ jù tá bá bí Wunmi olóbò kite, ó ti fòbò ta kite sí gbogbo federation. Ẹjọ́, ṣó pọ̀ jù tá bá bí because òun ló fún wa ní energy of doubtness. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mohbad kú tá ikú, ẹ sọ pé he died of ear infection. Insta blogging lẹ́ o, ìwọ ò gbé nǹkan rere láyé tiẹ̀ bí fake news ni. Mo ṣe pé wà tí olórí burúkú Jíswèlè lẹ́jọ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀. Ọba jọgà àbí kí ló ń pè yín? Ẹ máa gba size yín. Òótọ́ làwọn màmá sọ ń bíbà. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ló ń fẹ́ òbólẹ̀. Akísíkù ẹ lọ Google ẹ wà lórí Instagram. Ọ̀rẹ́ ọba ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ pọ̀fọ̀fọ̀ ọba kẹtàn ni. Àwọn ọba wèrè dédé, àwọn ọba olórí burúkú, gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣoríire nílùú òyìnbó ló fẹ́ máa gba ẹrù lórí wọn. Àwọn ọba yamayama, àwọn olófò ọba. Rí ọba Akírùntàn ni, ọba mi dádì mi ni, Ìlàjẹ ló ti wá. Akírùntàn ló máa fún yín. Kò ń ṣọba ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ pọ̀fupọ̀fù akẹtàn ọ̀rẹ́ Akísíkù. Wọ́n ní fọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n mi kí n sọ èèyàn tó jẹ́. Irú ròǹbòhùn wọ́n lọ́mọ kú. Abẹ́ gbọ́ mi. Wọ́n ní ọmọ kú. Wùnmí ti feel pé báwọn ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo bá dì téèyàn kankan ò ní dá lóhùn. Ó ti feel pé báwọn ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yé yín? Ó ti feel pé báwọn ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn. Mo ń bọ̀ o. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi? Ṣé ẹ pọ́ mọ̀ ìpáwọn èèyàn kì í listen sí Mohbad? Òun ló mú ṣẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ́rì àti boyfriend ẹ̀ tó lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó tí Mohbad sọ ẹ̀dùn ọkọ ẹ̀ fún wọn tí wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan sí because àwọn èèyàn kì í listen sí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ìtorí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe pa wọ́n ti wò pé àwọn èèyàn ò ní listen. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ìtorí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe kọ́kọ́ bọ́ta pé ikú etí ló kú. Ìgbà tó wá rí pé àwọn èèyàn ò kó yẹn jẹ. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Wọ́n wá tún update pé Mohbad ti kú o. Wọ́n wá lọ ń ṣò inú mọ́tò. Àṣé Wùnmí lẹ̀ sẹ́yìn mọ́tò kò sọ ọmọ yẹn ọ̀dájú abiyamọ ni. Wọ́n ti wò ó pé because àwọn èèyàn kì í listen sí Mohbad. Tó bá sọ pé òun kú, tó bá sọ pé ó kú, kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá lóhùn. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Lọ ṣe pa. Now, ibi tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní suspect Wùnmí. Ṣé fẹ́ pé Wùnmí ò bọ́ta sọ pé òun wà nú mọ́tò. Bá ṣe ń castigate bàbá Mohbad tó ta sọ pé bàbá Mohbad lọ sin ọmọ. Dàróṣà ò bọ́ta kó sọ pé òun lòun sìn. Ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ BBC Yorùbá tó lọ interview bàbá yẹn tí bàbá yẹn wá ṣàlàyé pé èmi kọ́ ni mo sìn. Bàbá yẹn ló jẹ́ ká mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Bó ṣe èmi gangan bọ́ta mo gbé bàbá yẹn ṣe pé mo ṣe show fún. Mo ní báwo lẹ ṣe máa tètè lọ sin ọmọ. Wùnmí dákẹ́ wọn bọ́ta sọ pé ẹ má ṣe pé fún bàbá yìí òun kọ́ ló sin ọmọ. Àbí kò yé yín òun kọ́ ló sin ọmọ. Wùnmí dákẹ́ síbẹ̀.
Exactly.
None of them said anything.
Exactly.
Ó ní tẹ́bá ti ń ṣe tipẹ́ wọ́n ti ń pààyàn lójú. Wùnmí ti ń pààyàn tipẹ́ Wùnmí àti ìyá ẹ̀. Òbélú tó lọ jókòó sí Amẹ́ríkà pósí ẹ̀ ló máa fi ránṣẹ́ sílé. Òbélú ìyá Wùnmí pósí ẹ̀ ló máa fi ránṣẹ́ sílé. Ìtorí Kàrímọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi gangan sọ. Kàrímọ̀ sọ pé kí n bi Wùnmí àti ìyá ẹ̀ dáadáa. Ó ní wọ́n mọ kú tó pa Mohbad. Ẹ bá mi dìyẹn mú. Èmi sọ fún yín sí for free. Mo sọ pé there is single duvet cover, there is double, there is king size and there is super king size. Super king size duvet ni Mohbad ń lò. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ sókì sínú duvet yẹn ni. Ṣé gbogbo yín dẹ̀ rántí pọ́lọ́pàá sọ pé Mohbad was bleeding profusely. Sísì mi kan ti bá mi Google nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ profusely a lot. Spending there sọ pé kò ń ṣe ojú egbò tí Wùnmí fi wọ̀n wá yẹn kò ń ṣe ojú egbò yẹn ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti yọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mohbad was built. Tẹ́ bá rí duvet yẹn. Duvet tó fi soak ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ti stab Mohbad. Gbogbo yẹn ní mú Wunmi kúrò níbi tó wà kẹ́ tó yìn bọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọlọ́pàá fọwọ́ bò. Mo tún sọ sẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé Buhari ló ìwà lórí oyè níṣẹ́ a máa ti gba justice. Wọ́n ti mú ẹni tó pa Mohbad. Tí ẹ bá rí duvet tó fi soak ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó stab Mohbad. Wunmi, mi tí rẹ tó máa gbà ẹ́ pé ó jẹ̀bi ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad. Mi tí rẹ tó máa gbà ẹ́ pé
are you guys listening to this? Like and share, please.
Wunmi, mi tí mo solicitor àbí sign tó fẹ́ gbà tó máa vindicate ẹ pé ó jẹ̀bi ikú tó pa Mohbad. Ṣé rántí pé Spending sọ pé Wunmi àti Adura ló wà lókè, àwọn ló mọ ikú tó pa Mohbad. Tí ẹ bá rí duvet tó fi soak ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó fi gún Mohbad. Tí ẹ bá rí duvet, ṣé dẹ̀ rántí pé àbúrò ìyá Mohbad sọ pé àǹtí mi báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe kúnnú aṣọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ó ní òun béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n òun pé kí ló dé tẹ́jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn nínú aṣọ tó fi nu nǹkan. Ó náà tí òun sọ pé káwọn máa tí sọ̀rọ̀. Báwo ni ìyá Mohbad ṣe máa rí aṣọ nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó máa sọ pé kó má sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ti sọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ fún yín. Adura àti Wunmi gún Mohbad. Adura wọlé ó kamú. Wunmi dẹ̀ bẹ Adura pé kó pa òun sílé kó má pa òun síta. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ló lòun máa fún. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ló ṣe lọ fi ṣe next of kin. Òun àti ẹ̀ lọ fẹ́ gba owó lọ́wọ́ Naira Marley nsìn. Compensation tó fún Adura nìyẹn. Ìtorí ẹ̀ lọ́kàn Adura ṣe balẹ̀. Adura ká wọn mú. Adura dẹ̀ sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún ìyá wọn. But Wunmi ti promise gbogbo wọn. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú tó ń gbé Wunmi àti ìyá Mohbad tó ṣò wọn nínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó ń jó tí gbogbo yín sọ pé oh this woman like Wunmi.
Are you listening to this? Are you hearing this?
Ìyá Mohbad sọ pé after 41 days tó bí Liam lòun àti Wunmi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ close.
Tap on the subscribe button. Tap
on
the
àti Wunmi ò close rárá. Ó ní bàbá Mohbad àti Wunmi ló close. So báwo ni closeness yẹn ṣe wá pọ̀ tó ń sìn? Ẹ̀yin onílàkàyè mo ń bá wí o. Mi ì bá wọn apọkọjáyé wí o because wọn ò ní ọpọlọ dáńkúà ló wà lórí wọn. Ìyá Mohbad àti Wunmi lọ sí church ìjọ yẹn wọ́n lọ ṣe ọpẹ́. Mo rí comment àwọn èèyàn tó sọ pé irú mọ̀dá yín lọ yìí làwọn like. They are fake. Ìfẹ́ tó ní síra wọn ò dénú. Ìfẹ́ ikú Mohbad ló pa wọ́n pọ̀. Tí gbogbo àṣírí wọn dẹ̀ máa tú. Kọ́lọ́run bá mi fún Uncle Wahab Shittu lókun àtagbára láti lè bá wa ṣe ẹjọ́ ìdópin. Ìyá Mohbad àti Wunmi ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. Ìyá Mohbad gan sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa wá recap níjọ́ Friday. Ó ní bàbá gan close ju Wunmi ju òun lọ. Ó ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló máa ń pe òun. Ó nígbà tó bí Liam. Ó ní wọn jẹ́ kóun gbé Liam. Ipa ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló ń pe òun. Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí? Tí ìyá Mohbad fi lọ sunkún bàbá Mohbad. Tí Mohbad ní tó bá ti fẹ́ wá sílé àwọn kó máa sọ fóun. Ibo lẹ fi gbogbo yẹn sí. Ẹ wá ní Wunmi àti ìyá Mohbad close. Wọ́n close. Ikú Mohbad ló pa wọ́n pọ̀. Ikú Mohbad ló jẹ́ kó di ọ̀rẹ́ because Wunmi fún màmá Mohbad ní close contact. Kò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀ síta. Mo sọ fún yín pé first interview tí ìyá Mohbad ṣe pẹ̀lú Punch, that was her truth. Ẹ̀rípọ̀ sọ a lot of ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́. Èpè ni Wunmi gbé ṣẹ́ńjọ́ yẹn. Ìtorí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe ní kó lọ tún mi ṣe. So tí bá ń wo ẹ̀yin dumb fools tẹ́ wà lórí social media. Tí Wunmi bá ti ju photo fún yín, ẹ ti máa ṣe mother-in-law like no one. If you like this mother-in-law and Wunmi, hit this button. Ẹ ti ṣí èrè. You are all gullible idiots, especially àwọn tó wà lórí Instagram. Mi o, ẹ̀yin olórí gẹ́gẹ́ mi sọ pati yín o. We have a lot of gullible fools on Instagram. Ìyá Mohbad mọ ikú tó pa ọmọ ẹ̀ kò síbẹ̀ ìgbà tó kú o, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n sọ fún. Adura sọ fún. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ló ṣe pé Adura ìgbà tó dé court ní inquest tó ń bẹ̀ pé kó bá sọ̀rọ̀. Adura náà wá padà wọlé tó sọ pé ebi ń pa owó yìí ń kọ́hun.
All those things are just
gbogbo nǹkan tó pa ìyá Mohbad àti Wunmi pọ̀ ní nothing more. Wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. Ìfẹ́ ta fẹ́ pòròpórò dénú. Wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ẹ bá yẹ kí Wunmi máa fi picture síta kó máa fún yín ní impression pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. nǹkan tí ìyá Mohbad fẹ́ jẹ ni ò jẹ́ kó gbọ́n àpọ̀dà. Tí ẹ bá rí duvet tí Wunmi fi soak ẹ̀jẹ̀ nígbà tó stab Mohbad tó. Mo ti show kíní yẹn ní kó sí fún yín rí now. Màá tún wá show ẹjọ́ Friday. Ẹ lọ wo aṣọ tó wọ̀ fún Mohbad. Ẹ lọ wo ibi àyà ẹ̀. Bí sellotape, bí bandage wà ńbẹ̀ náà. What are we talking about? Kí ni reason tí Wunmi fi pa Mohbad? Ìyẹn ni kó wá sọ fún wa. And very dark man sọ statement kan. Only there was a fight. But Wunmi is always coming out to manipulate the fools, the gullible followers following her, supporting her. Ẹ dẹ̀ lọ wo gbogbo àwọn tó support ẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ ọ̀rọ̀lẹ́ ayé ni. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan, ó ń dú ọmọ ilẹ̀ kan ní Nàìjíríà. Ó ti fi ọmọ ilẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́sìn, fáànù Wunmi ni. Níbi tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yìí tọ́jú ọmọ èdè, ó ti gbé lọ sí ó kéré jù 4 different countries over abroad. Ọmọ atẹ́rọ̀ fọwọ́lé lọ́mọ yẹn o. Wunmi ló máa support. Ọmọ tó ń tọ́jú níwájú látẹ̀yìn. Àṣọwèrè ń cross.
Hey, oh
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi,
my.
Àwọn tó ń cross ọ̀ndọ́kọ́ bí Wunmi ló máa support Wunmi. Àwọn ọmọ tó gbé ọmọ àlè lọ fọ́kọ ló máa support Wunmi. Because this nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Mohbad is simple arithmetic.
Followers, not just gullible, wicked people. Of course.
2 + 2. Ọwọ́ Wunmi wà. Ọwọ́ Wunmi ọmọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So what are we talking about? Ẹ jẹ́ ká fìyẹn lẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ Wunmi kọ́ mo fẹ́ wá sọ lẹ́yìn. Mo kọ̀ yàbàrà síbẹ̀ ni. Now, nípa Rifa, a lot is going on. We are not coming out to come and tell you. Nobody abandoned Rifa. Nobody abandoned her. Abandoned him. Títí dà náà wọ́n yìí lọ ń wò. Ṣó ti yé yín? But we don't want to come out and be spilling a lot. So if you are not hearing anything, please bear with us. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Kò ṣe pé a fẹ́ fún yín ní update. But a lot of things, they decided to leave a lot of things behind the camera and not talk about it. But Arifa is still there and he will be coming out soon. Shetigbo. So please, they are really working on it. So I don't want people to be thinking, pé wọ́n dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ Arifa. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ bá mi dìyẹn mú. Then number 2, mo ra wọn kan tó update pé bàbá ni àwọn Arifa ń gbèjà. Ipò jẹ́ kí bàbá bọ́ta kó sọ̀rọ̀. No, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kíní kan fún yín lẹ́ni, mo máa sọ kíní kan. Èmi tí mò ń dá sí ìjà Mohbad, bàbá ò rán mi ṣẹ́ o. Anybody tó bá ní problem, please don't put ever fi bàbá sí. Bàbá ò rán anybody ṣẹ́. Ó wù wá as ọmọ Nàìjíríà rere la ṣe fẹ́ gbèjà Mohbad. Tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́tà mi lẹ́ni, God forbid. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ justice, lẹ́yìn kí bàbá Mohbad gbàdúrà ní kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ nú ilé ẹ̀. Mi ní blame bàbá pé ẹ kò dá sí irú show wo lẹ fẹ́ kí bàbá wa máa ṣe. Ṣé àwọn olórí burúkú apọ̀kọjáyé group tó ti sọ pé bàbá ló rán wa ń ṣẹ́. Ẹ tún wá expect kí bàbá bọ́ta. Ṣé bàbá rán wa ń ṣẹ́ ni? Bàbá ò rán wa ń ṣẹ́ náà. Iṣẹ́ promise àti nǹkan tó fẹ́ fún ya Mohbad. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ owó tó fẹ́ fún náà. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún náà. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó lè jọra wọn. Ṣé bá pé Wunmi ó believe nú rogan. Ó máa ń parọ́ every nǹkan tó bá jáde lẹ́nu ẹ̀ irọ́ ni. So nǹkan tó ṣe ń fi make believe sínú ya Mohbad nìyẹn kó wá máa split ẹ̀ fáwa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ya Mohbad máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Tó wọlé ẹjọ́ bá bà tó bá ní kó wá rojọ́, ó máa wá rojọ́. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yé yín? Exactly. Ó try mama Mohbad ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan láti mú bàbá Mohbad wálẹ̀, but ṣé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ show real ni? Ibi tó ti ń sọ̀nà làwọn èèyàn ti ń sọ pé báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ bàbá? Ṣé bàbá wà ńbẹ̀ ni? Èpè ló gbé ṣẹ́ ńjọ́ yẹn níbi tó ti ń sọ. Èpè làwọn èèyàn ń gbé ṣẹ́. Ipe ṣáyé ìyá ìfẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni. Ṣé bàbá wà ńbẹ̀ ìgbà tí Mohbad kú ni? Ló sọ pé bàbá ló rán wọn lọ́bẹ kọ́ lọ gun pa. Ṣé rí yẹn lásán? Sáànù ti ní yẹn lọ́wọ́. Bàbá kọ́ ló máa petition, bàbá kọ́.
Exactly.
Iṣẹ́ Sáànù ni. Sáànù ló mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó máa ṣe sí yẹn. But pé bí bàbá lọ petition, no, bàbá ò ní ṣe yẹn. Because ìyá Mohbad yìí ń confess. Ẹ jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀ tó kó tẹ́ lọ́rùn. The law will take its course. The sun will take its course. But not Baba. Not Baba, please. So, ìyẹn tún lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn.
So, Mohbad's mother is working for the money that is supposed to be originally for her. I mean, if Mohbad's mother stood by truth and is willing to get justice for her son, aside her being ignorant, because she spoke on Punch newspaper, and I'm hearing that she's going to go back to Punch newspaper to say some other things, because there are things that she said that Wunmi is not comfortable with. Mohbad's mother is supposed to speak in favor of Wunmi, whilst demonizing Mohbad's father, drag in Naira Marley, include Sam Larry a little bit, because Sam Larry has to be guarded by Wunmi, because if too much is done on Sam Larry, that Elegushi thing that we are hearing might resurface in a bigger way. Now, when Mohbad's father went there, he spoke, and his words have remained the same. But Mohbad's mother, she's always coming with different variation. Why? Because Wunmi, the grand prime suspect, is behind all of these things. But there is something that I observed. The day that Mohbad's mother went there, to Punch newspaper, the day she went there, something happened. Something happened. She forgot all the script that she had rehearsed. So she was left with nothing else than to say some truth. Part of the truth she said is this: Mohbad had requested for DNA when he was alive. She has never opened her mouth to say this ever before, all through all this. And when she said it, it struck Wunmi badly, like, this woman, you have dropped a piece of information that will compel people to support Mohbad's father and keep asking for DNA. All that she's interested in is erasing questions on DNA and the last moment of Mohbad. That is all that she's struggling and working towards. And she's doing this with the support of certain people. Most of these women are terrible women. If you look at the antecedents, in fact, go and check the CV of all these women that are in support of Wunmi. They are terrible women. Terrible women. Terrible women. Some of them claim that they are married. So that is like a pass mark. But when you go to check that marriage, you realize that their husband does not exist. They have already coupled their husband and placed him in a corner. The man is just existing as a male, but not a man. Once in a while, they will present that man around their family members. I mean, when they go for a public function like party, and the man will be dressed well, and she will pretend and act like the man is in charge. But the truth is this: that man is gone. Those are the type of women supporting Wunmi. Terrible women. Terrible women. These are the kind of women that have multiple partners. They get children from this, they bring to that man, they bring this, no, terrible women. Terrible women. Those are those rooting, supporting Wunmi. They are the ones supporting Wunmi. Now, let us touch on what Mohbad's mother's younger sister said. She has been vocal, but somehow Mohbad's mother probably had called her and said, okay, step down a little bit, but conscience will not allow her to stop. She gave us like 4 updates in the past. There was a time she lambasted Mohbad's mother and said, hey, many of us experienced some form of hardship in our husband's house. Please do not allow this be the major in the quest for justice for Mohbad. In fact, she was the one that supported Mohbad's father when he said, I saw a duvet soaked upstairs when I went to check for my son. Before I was told he's lying downstairs under the staircase. She said, yes, we saw this duvet soaked. Then later, Mohbad's mother had called and said, called that they had talked about, said, look, please don't make this become problematic. If you put too much into this, don't forget that Darosha, our younger brother, is involved. He might go to jail. Do you want to make our brother go to jail? You have to be careful. This is complex. Darosha embalmed him. So questions will be asked. How can you embalm someone with so much coming out of his body, with the slit, marks? And I also could remember that Mohbad's mother said, because Wunmi will not come out to always talk. People don't trust her. So she will speak through Mohbad's mother. Mohbad's mother said, there is no mark or single cut on my son's body. The question we should ask her is this. When you got the call and you were told to go home, and Mohbad's father said, no, I'm not going home. Did you go to Mohbad's house? Did you move with your ex-husband or father of your son? Because that is supposed to be what she should have done. Did you move together like, let's go there, both of us gave birth to this child? At least if you guys had issues, solidarity will come up immediately at that point because it's about your son. Did you go in there? If you had gone with him, I'm very sure that you will not tell us that you didn't see it, because there will be no way for you to escape from saying the truth at this point. Well, your younger sister went and she confirmed what Mohbad's father said, that there is a double duvet, thick, soaked. Where did it come from? Now, Adura, Mohbad's mother, they became friends with Wunmi. Although Mohbad's mother wanted to be friends because she was not accepted in. Mohbad's father had warned Mohbad and Wunmi to stay away from her in the past because she's problematic. You know, they had their issues. So the man didn't want her to now come in, step in now that things are fine with Mohbad. He believed that he had struggled and he had, they had their issues. They had it. Somehow, after 40 days, she said she was now allowed. After Wunmi had, Mohbad had found a way to broker peace somehow, and Wunmi interacted with her somehow. And then, after 40 days, she was allowed. She said during the naming ceremony, after the 7 days, I think it's after 7 days, depending on their culture or tradition, they named the child. She said she was there. She was not allowed to touch the child. Mohbad's father also said that he did not give that child Liam. That Mohbad did not give that child Liam. Where that name came from, he does not know. He said it live on Brekete. He said it live. That name, that he can't even understand it. That how can it be possible that a child will be born and his own son did not give the child a name? Of course, how can that not happen? If Wunmi had already told Mohbad, I've given the placenta to the father of the child. Question is this, what was Mohbad still doing with that baby? Mohbad really wanted to have a child. Mohbad really wanted all of these things, but it was more like a thorn on his flesh. So, the next of kin, Adura, the younger brother of Mohbad's name, was put side by side with Wunmi so as to calm down the tension, because Adura knows what happened. But because of wickedness, you see, when you are surrounded by wicked family, people who care less about you, people who are only interested in what they can get, what they can harvest, they really didn't have that conscience in them. And Adura kept quiet because his mom had already told him, look, don't let us lose it all. And don't allow your uncle end up in jail. Your brother is gone. Let us make do with what we have now. Wunmi has agreed with us to cooperate Don't worry, you will go to the US. I myself will also come to visit US. You see that your bad father, let him remain in penury. But the only thing that we need to do is to make sure that we keep this story intact. Clean Wunmi of all allegation. Remove everything from your heart, all that you saw. Take it off from your mind. Erase it. Don't say nothing. Pretend. Let us nail Prime Boy. That is why she repeated when she went to Punch newspaper that what happened to Mohbad is more spiritual than physical. Like when Mohbad and Prime Boy had a fight, some amulet was used and it affected Mohbad. The question that still begs for an answer is this: if this is true, where did the blood come from?